Hey guys, I'm Bobby Legs. Recently I did a review on the Seiko 5 Diver, the next gen heir apparent to the Seiko SKX now discontinued line. I did a review on the SBSA 009, the one with the orange dial. I tried to do a review pretending that maybe the SKX did not exist. I wanted to just to review the watch, but if you saw the review, you knew I started making some comparisons with the SKX. So I figure why not do a video directly comparing the two and just cut to the chase. Um, but before we do that, if you can like and subscribe and click that bell icon so you can get notifications when I upload videos, I really would appreciate it. I really do enjoy making these videos, and I hope you do too. So now, without further ado, let's flip the camera and make the comparison. So not too many differences here between physically anyway between the two watches other than the dial and bezel color combinations. Um, Both pretty much have the same case diameter, case thickness, lug to lug width. Just a footnote, the SKX that I have in my left hand here is has a strap code bracelet on it. The SBSA 009 has the in-stock Seiko bracelet that came with the watch. Um, Other differences, the SBSA 009 is part of the Seiko 5 series, so you see the 5 sports symbol there. It's a new design, that symbol, and I kind of, I quite like it. The SKX obviously was not part of that series. Most of the differences, actually the main difference that you're going to notice between the two watches is what's under the hood. And the SKX is powered by the 7S26 movement, which is non hacking or hand wind, where the SBSA has the 4R36 movement, which has hacking and hand wind. So big step up there, and kudos for Seiko for adding that new movement, upgrading the movement in this series. One difference between the two watches, also sort of under the hood, that has really has bothered me. It's a big issue for me, is that the SBSA 009 has a pull push crown. It's not screw down like the SKX, so you only have 100 meter water resistance with this watch over here on my right, where the SKX has a 200 meter water resistance. And why that bothers me is that I don't think the technology of adding the screw down crown to a case or watch is so significant that it was a deal breaker for Seiko. Um, I just don't believe that that's the case. I mean, I could be wrong, and if I'm naive to that fact, please let me know in the comments. But that is a huge deal. The way I look at it, if you're gonna improve upon your product, don't take a step back at least. Give me the same or better, or try to give me a little bit better. Don't go back. Don't take a step back. And I feel like Seiko took a huge step back with the water resistance here, and it may be a deal breaker for me. It might be a deal breaker for some. You also have a exhibition case back. While it's a nice feature to have, it's not like we're looking at a work of art over here. If you ask me, Rob, would you rather have a screw down crown or an exhibition case back, and you have to choose between the two? I'm going to choose, in this watch anyway, the screw down crown. Look, I don't think, like I said, that kind of feature may be a deal breaker for some. The new series may be a deal breaker for some. I mean, I know there's a lot of SKX hardcore fans out there who love the SKX and the value proposition that it has. I don't feel like the SBSA has that same value proposition. This one retails for $330. It's a JDM version. You can get the K version for much cheaper. But prior to being discontinued, even before anybody had an inkling that might be discontinued, the SKX, you can pick this watch up for about 170, 180 new. So who knows? Maybe the prices will go down on the JDM version, and maybe it'll make it more of a value proposition. Um, I think a couple things can happen. So, especially with SKX fans, you either hate the watch because it's not an SKX, or you love it, right? So, I mean, I know that's a silly statement, but I feel like, some fans, like some Seiko Monster fans, they may have their favorite generation of the watch, but they collect the other generations because they're just huge Monster fans. And that potentially is the same case that could be made with the SKX and this new SBSA009. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen for sure or not. I don't know if Seiko is going to take this in a different direction. I don't know if Seiko is going to maybe put out another version or generation of this watch, and it'll have something like a screw-down crown in it at least. But those are the different ways I see this going. I'm trying to remain positive. I myself, I like the SKX. When I got into watch collecting again, it seemed like it had to be a must piece in your collection, especially if you follow certain YouTubers out there. But I could leave it. Now my tastes have refined, and I could definitely leave the watch. But maybe others, other people don't feel that way, and that's totally fine. That's absolutely fine. Everybody's, um, entitled to their own taste and their own opinion. Um, but I was really kind of looking forward to this watch here, and a new version of the SKX. You know, Now I figure, why even bother with this watch? Me personally, I'll just get an SKX and I mod it, and I'll put in a hand wine hacking movement. I'll give it a sapphire crystal, and I'll probably still be under the budget of buying this JDM here. Um, I'll get a chapter ring, a stainless steel chapter ring, um, with no indices, and so I won't be annoyed by the misaligned chapter ring. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I would really appreciate it. And until the next time, have a great day.